Today we are walking through the 7th Avenue Street Festival here in Park Slope. In a moment I'm going to be getting onto 7th Avenue. Hope everyone's having a great day. Before I start talking about the festival, I will say a couple things. First off, today is the first day of summer, so that's it. It's official. It's no longer coming here. It is now here. And also, happy Father's Day to all you fathers out there that might be watching. Today is Father's Day. And by the way, I am not a father. So every time I wish people happy Father's Day on my channel, I get a lot of happy Father's Day back. But I will just say I am not a father. So you don't have to return the compliment. Here we are. I don't know which street I turned on. I think this is Sterling. I think I'm on Sterling Place. Oh yeah, it is Sterling Place. But this street festival is probably, if not the longest, one of the longest street festivals in Brooklyn. Spans over 20 blocks. That is a city mile, by the way. It's basically a mile of walking. We got church going on. Now, the official start of the street festival is on the next block, but they obviously put up these buffer zones. I showed you guys the temperature. It is 80 degrees. It is gorgeous outside. Perfect weather for being outside. It's dry, it's not humid. The last couple of days we've had some really nice breezy days. And it's been nice breezy, cool wind. Today it is very calm. There's no wind. But it is very comfortable. Looks like they're putting one of those inflatable rides, I guess, maybe? I don't know. A tent or something. Something's getting inflated. And by the way, the time right now is just about to hit lunchtime. So everybody should be ready. Everybody should be set up. It should be, I don't want to say it should be crowded, but there should be a lot of people out here already. And for this walk, I am using my older camera, my DJI Pocket 2, because as you know how I feel about the Pocket 3, this camera behaves way better than the new camera. I will have no problems panning around and centering on things with this. I will not have to use a joystick very much. Let me, there is one thing I want to do. I want to check my camera settings. So, give me a second here. Alright, now we're on tilt lock. It felt like we were on like follow mode. I haven't used this camera in a while, so. So the last time I used a camera, I was using follow mode. Oh, look, it's Connect 4, guys. Remember that game? Well, it doesn't look like they're following the rules of the game very well. They're just, kids throwing discs down. Alright, as we get deeper in, it'll pick up. It will start to pick up as we get deeper into the festival here. This right here is Union Street. I'm going to take it. All right, so you know the drill. I walk through twice. One time showing you guys a lot of the vendors, and then we come back and look at mostly the people. You see, all the food is out and ready. I mean, they look like they set up pretty early down here. That's the one thing, if you remember when we did the Fifth Avenue in Bay Ridge. I mean, it seemed like they were late. Everyone was late. I was there at 12 o'clock and it seemed so empty and no people were still setting up. And then before that, we did the Fifth Avenue one here in Park Slope, which is 2 blocks up. That's the second biggest street festival. A lot of arts.
We're done meeting.
I'll give you guys a look at the old First Reformed Church right here on my right. One thing I've noticed is that every year, I guess out of keeping everything simple, the food carts and the street vendors, they're always in the same spot. Like the Ned's Food Italian sausage stand here. I usually stop here to get some chicken tenders or fries. So always here at the same spot. As is everybody, I guess. Everybody's at the same spot. Look at this. You got some graffitied up trains from the 1980s. I rode those trains. I'm old enough to remember that stuff. He's selling panoramas. He's got shirts, cats. It was a crazy time to ride the subway, I'll tell you, when I was a kid. I mean, it was just, you walk onto a train and it was... Like if I walked on a train today and it was all graffitied up inside and out, it wouldn't even affect me. As a matter of fact, I'd probably get all nostalgic and everything. It would probably freak out a tourist because they've never seen that. Even a young person that lives in New York never seen that. But it was commonplace. I mean, it was. Here's a funny story, and a lot of you people that are my age are gonna agree with this. This isn't even an opinion. This is a fact. You're riding the train in the late 70s, 1980s. If you saw a train that was clean, that did not have any graffiti on it, you did a double take. I mean, that was a shock. And you had that every once in a while. Eventually, the new trains started coming out, which some of them are still running to today, the graffiti-proof trains that they rolled out in the 1980s. The D train that I ride is a train that's been around since the early 80s. A very wide avenue over here, so let me get onto one side. This is the block where they have all of the children's rides and stuff. I wouldn't call them quite rides, but inflatables and stuff. So they can all jump around and stuff. Yeah. So like I said, it's at 12 o'clock. It is definitely filling up. So we have walked, we're in the number streets, by the way, now. We've walked out of the, a lot of the name streets. We're on 3rd Street right now. I always forget how far down this goes, but it goes down a while. We'll eventually get there. And as you can see, all of the side streets are open. Somebody had I always get asked this question, why do they keep the streets open on these? And it's so this area of Brooklyn is very close to some major roadways. and these cross streets connect those roadways. If they shut down all the side streets for 1 mile down here, you would cause a ridiculous amount of gridlock. I mean, there's already gridlock from this, but I mean, you'd probably shut down at least 5-6 miles of traffic if you tried to shut the side streets down over here. So that's why the side streets are open on these. The 18th Avenue Feast in Brooklyn, in my neighborhood in Bensonhurst, they shut that down completely. So, but you got these kind of long street fair festival types, and they definitely do not shut down the side streets. I am noticing that there's some blocks that have like a lot of empty space. So I don't know if people decided not to show up or whatever. There's also some people standing on corners pushing candidates for the upcoming, I guess, primaries or elections that are going to be held here. There's also there is a block that has, every year has just one block that has all of the Asian food tents. That's usually the most crowded block. So we'll see what happens when we get down there. If they have that set up. I'm sure they have it set up. I don't see why they wouldn't. This is 6th Street right here. All right, let's get across. There's no cars, so not a problem. And we still got a lot of more blocks to walk, so we're nowhere near done right now. That's very, those colors are very popping. They are popping, those colors. Those colors caught my attention. Parma pasta.
Yeah.
Auntie Penny. Oh, this is like a donut shop thing. That looks really good, that stuff in there. All right, guys, look at the prices, though. One donut and a drink, $13. When you bite into it, you get that nice gold filling that comes out. It's gold or platinum. I tell you, man. One thing you'll find about me, if you guys are new to the channel, I don't have to tell the people that have been here for a while. I will not be shy about calling out prices. $13 for a donut. I mean, I know it comes with a drink, but I mean, still, that better be a good donut. All right, we've made it to 8th Street. We still got a while to go here before we turn around. We're going to turn around eventually, and we will then walk back. Peanut sauce? We've made it to 9th Street. This is where you usually see all of these Asian food stands. Yep, there they are. Japan Festival, New York. I'm going to miss the light, by the way, so we're going to stop here. If you are new to the channel, hit the subscribe, hit the like, leave a comment, say hello. Everyone is quite friendly here at my channel. I don't allow any nonsense or drama, so feel comfortable and free to say hello. So here we go. I'm probably gonna have to mute the sound when I get over by this music, so you guys are gonna have no sound while I go by this music. I can't play it because it'll get copyrighted, so. Or I might get lucky and get in between songs. There you go. That might work out. So I want to say a couple of weeks ago, I was at the 86th Street. Let me tell you a story. I was at the 86th Street Street Festival, and there was this woman doing karaoke in the street. And I had, I was talking over it so it wouldn't get, marked or anything like that. And it still got marked, believe it or not. It was kind of strange. And what ended up happening is I wound up appealing, and I know I'm going to win because I haven't gotten a response. And generally when they don't respond, that's usually a 30-day hold. So it's already been 20 days, I think. So eventually they will release any money I would have made from that. And that'll be that. But that's the landmines I have to navigate these days with YouTube. Now, YouTube will not shut your channel down. I mean, there's like, there's a lot of myths that fly around that if you have music on your channel, like when you're doing this type of a setting, that they'll shut down your channel and remove. They won't do that because they understand that, you know, it's more like a travel kind of vlog, so they're not going to do that, but they will remove the ability to make any money. And you know what they do? They give the money to the artist of whatever song is playing on my video, which is ridiculous. So I'm basically doing the work and I'm paying the artist, so it gets into one of those, you know, situations where I just cut it out. I'll cut the whole part out, or I'll mute the sound. There goes Norm's Pizza Shop. I could use some pizza, to be honest with you. I haven't had pizza in a while. It looks like the streets are closed for the next 2 blocks, but there's really nothing going on down there. So we're going to turn around over here. There's that Brookvin place. My name happens to be Vince, so I'm always mentioning it. I think it's like a wine place or something. Alright, so we're gonna walk all the way back, and then I'll take you guys up some side streets on my way back to the train station. So if you guys want to still see some walking after I finish the second go around, it won't be too long though, because I'm gonna head to the train and get home. So I'll keep the camera rolling for part of that trip back to the train station. You can see it's a really nice day out. There's a lot of clouds, puffy white clouds. Alright, so here's where the music is. I'm probably going to cut out this section here. Alright, we're back. We are back. I had to unfortunately cut that all out. Alright, so we're back on 9th Street. Light is about to change. This guy looks like he's trying to figure out how he's going to make his food delivery in time. There's another tent with music that, if that gets in, that's definitely getting hit with a trademark. Oh boy. A lot of music on this one. Hope you guys are enjoying the walk. It is Sunday, June 21st. It is the first day of summer. And it is also Father's Day. Looks like the smoker is smoking. Usually means food is being smoked. Stay here and record some people. Got a little chess club going on over here. Well, they got chess. They got, looks like they got Pokemon going on over there too. So some bonsai trees. There goes that $13 donut. There's actually, the cookie combo is $16. And then there's something for $22. You know, years ago, if you came to a street festival and you spent $22, you'd probably be able to buy food for 3 people. By the way, this is a hospital over here. Hey, look, it's a Five Guys. Speaking of prices, I got a guy that watches my channel, Itchy. If Itchy's definitely watching this, he's from Park Slope. I just told him about that Five Guys that we just looked at. They're selling hamburgers for like $15.50. That's the prices. That's just a hamburger, no cheese. Of course, you do get the toppings and stuff, but there's no cheese on that. $15.50. No drink, no fries. If you want the cheeseburger, it's going to cost you $16.50, and if you want the bacon cheeseburger, it's going to run you close to $20.
Okay, come here.
Brad Lanzer, that's who's campaigning over there. I don't even know for what position. Probably like a councilman position or something. So this is the 7th Avenue Street Festival. They call it 7th Heaven. This is the festival that runs every year down here. Last year I did not come to this. I actually skipped this one. Last year we did not go. We didn't come here, and we didn't do the San Gennaro feast. But we did add the Italian feast in Williamsburg, and there was something else we added. I just can't think of it right now. So we still, you know, made up for it by going to other places. The only thing is this year, I'm still going to do the Williamsburg. And I am going to do the San Gennaro feast. I needed a break from the San Gennaro. The San Gennaro feast is crazy. I'll tell you, it is... San Gennaro feast is one of those feasts that unfortunately is so packed that you can't even walk. I did the first San Gennaro feast I did on this channel. I walked through. It was at night, which is the worst time you wanna go. I had to remove that Madonna. They were doing a Madonna karaoke, I guess, or a cover. All right, we've made it back to 3rd Street. We are trying to get back to the other side of the street festival. It seems like it's weird. It's like usually the festival is crowded on the other end. This year, we're about to get back over to the beginning here, and it's going to get crowded again. It's kind of strange. It'll be very crowded by the afternoon, by around 3-4 o'clock. The only thing is, like, these festivals are held on a Sunday, and you know, I'm cooking by that time. My Sunday dinner, I'm gonna be home. I guess one year I could weekend I could sacrifice. I can sacrifice a Sunday dinner, but I just don't like to. I'm very stubborn that way. You know, when we walked by, I didn't even notice this popcorn stand over here coming up. I was too busy looking at the inflatables when we went back through here. All right. We are almost done. And I could get home in time and have this up by the afternoon on the channel. So you guys go watch it on the same day it happened. As a matter of fact, by the time you're watching this thing is still probably going on. This will be going on until 6 p.m. 6 p.m. So it's from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Those are the hours. Those are generally the hours of all of these street festivals anywhere in the 5 boroughs. On a Sunday, you'll have these start at 10 a.m. and end at 6. And usually by around, I'd say 2, 3 o'clock is when you may see some live music. Although, if you notice, we walked by, there's no stage. There's no big stage. They used to have a big stage and live music. I don't see that no more. We're back at the church. Let me get across the street. So this somebody walked into me, right, and they said oops sorry, and then they walked into me again after they said oops sorry. Because I guess once wasn't enough. Another street light I'm gonna get across before it changes. Been doing pretty good with the street lights. Oh, we just saw this guy walk by with a Team USA jersey. Speaking of Team USA, well, first off, I think this is this the first? No, I did the Puerto Rican Day Parade, so I did mention the Knicks. So we already mentioned the Knicks, but Team USA advanced to the knockout rounds, and once again they look like a really strong team. Now, I don't know how that's going to translate when they start playing these knockout games, because these knockout games, they're a totally different animal. They're not as easy as you think they are. Like, I think they're going to be facing a lot of top quality teams that are going to be left. So, see what happens. We are here on Union Street. We're gonna get across Union Street. Just walked by a really loud band. That is not Mr. Softy. I can't remember if we walked by a Mr. Softy truck on this one. I know the last couple of feasts there was a couple of Mr. Softy trucks. There goes Mr. Wonton. It looks like we're at the end here. We're going to get on some side streets. So if you remember when we first started, there was that big inflatable those guys were dragging, and they were trying to get ready. Well, that's it up front of us. It's a big castle. That's what that was when we started. You can see it in front of me here. We're going to be walking right by it, but it was a castle for kids to jump around in, I guess. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna walk up Lincoln Place. We're done with the street festival. We'll look at some real estate on the side streets. That's the what they were setting up earlier. Here we go. So I want to thank everybody that tagged along on that street festival walk, but now we are on the side streets for a little bit. We're on Lincoln Place. As I make my way back to the trains, I'm going to take the trains up on 4th Avenue. All the trains are running this weekend, so no issues, no having to take like a detour. I do know that the R trains have a weird configuration. They have the R trains are going express from Atlantic, from 36 to Atlantic, but then if you want to go to local stops, you got to get on the Bay Ridge bound R train and go back. Otherwise, all the trains are running normally on the weekend. Usually that's not the case. Usually you got some train is canceled or shut off, and you got to find a way to get to where you're going. You got all these nice walk-ups. These blocks have a lot of trees. You got plenty of shade on these blocks. This is where the biggest concentration of trees are on city streets in Brooklyn. They're in Park Slope. Park Slope, Ditmas Park. My neighborhood has a lot of trees. This right here is 6th Avenue. What I'll do is I will turn and go up a different side street. We'll do that until we get to 4th Avenue. I'll end it on 4th Avenue. Or at least I'll try to end it on 4th Avenue. I just noticed my battery level is low. I do have my battery pack, but I'm not going to pull it out now at this point. Makes no sense. We already did the main part of the walk, so this is all bonus. This is bonus walking.
Which is a good question.
I think we just turned onto St. John's. St. John's Place. It's hard for me to keep track of all these name streets down here. Even after all the many years I've been down here, it's, you know, I mean, it's obviously easy to keep track of like number streets because they're all in order, but like name streets are, you know, they're just names, so. Oh, look at these flowers. Look at that. That's very pretty. This right here is Fifth Avenue. This is where we were, I want to say a month ago, when we did that long walk a month ago, where we started all the way in Bay Ridge at the end, and we walked through, and this is where the last street fair was, in Park Slope. The 7th Avenue Street Festival, as far as I know, that's it. Well, once this is over, I don't think there's any more. I don't know of any more street festivals, because they have the Court Street one, they have the 5th Avenue one, and they have the 7th Avenue one. So I don't know of any more at this point. So what we'll do is we'll turn again. Just get across 5th Avenue. Let's do it safely, of course. I guess I'll just stay on this side. All right, now I'll cross. And this will take us onto Sterling Place. It's like a little bit of a plaza walk over here before you get over to the next block, so. If you've never been down here, it's kind of a strange transition. You turn the corner on Sterling and you end up in this like plaza kind of area, and then the street is over here. Gregory Place. This is Gregory Place right here. Some interesting looking homes on this block. So this is it. I'm going to end it here on the corner on 4th Avenue. I want to thank everybody for tagging along. That bright orange color. I want to thank everybody for tagging along on this walk. I know there was a little bit of a break between this walk and the last walk. I did the rain walk, the last one, and that was on Wednesday. I posted that, so it's not been a few days, but you know, every once in a while I gotta give myself a little break. It's not so much a break from walking because I'm still out and about, but my breaks are about getting away from YouTube, not from the walking. So I'm always very active, but sometimes I need a break from YouTube. I mean, it's if you do YouTube every single day, you know, look, all the power to you, but I don't. I have my primary life takes precedent over anything else, especially YouTube, so. All right, here it is, 4th Avenue. I'm going to end it here. I want to thank everybody for tagging along. Hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will catch you all on the next walk. I know there is some rain coming in. Tomorrow is supposed to be rainy, overnight storm, so maybe I'll get some of that in. I don't know. We'll see. Other than that, I hope you all have a great day, and I will catch you on the next one. So take care, and bye-bye.